X50, a budget bike only around $1,000, fat tires, and it even has turn signals with a very impressive integrated headlight and taillight. So it's very promising, but let's see how the bike actually runs. So I just assembled it. This is the battery. We're talking 48 volts, 12.8 amp hours for a watt hour capacity of 614. So we take the battery, it goes in like so, just like that, and then it comes with a key, so I guess this locks it into place. Okay. Oh, and there's also a USB port here, in case for some reason you ever wanted to use it. Now we should just be able to hold down the power button and have it turn on. Okay, there's a power switch on the battery. So do that, and then hold down the power button. There we go. Okay, so kind of basic: speed, odometer, pedal assist level. If we go up, pedal assist 2, 3, 4, and it goes up to 5. So we're gonna leave it in 5. Now is the headlight on? Okay, no, we don't have any lights on yet. So maybe if we hold down the plus button. Yep, I see the headlight indicator. But nothing is happening. Okay, it's this button right here. There's actually a pretty nice tactile headlight button. And when I push that, boom. And that's both the front and the tail light. It's the daytime, but this is actually decently bright. Now the headlights. So we have the switch here, left, right, and then center's off. So if we hit the left button, man, look at that. That is clean. This is actually my first ever bike to have integrated turn signals, and it only cost $1,000. Oh, and we also have in the back too. It's not super legible in the back, but probably just enough. And the right turn signal should be the same thing. I like that. Good integrated lights. Now, one thing I don't like is the mechanical disc brakes. I understand this is a cheap bike, but electric bikes aren't new anymore. It's 2023, and I think it is inexcusable for even cheap bikes to not give you hydraulic disc brakes. I think that should come as standard, and unfortunately, these are still rocking rather unsafe mechanical disc brakes. Oh, and I just noticed there's also an integrated brake light. Ugh. Can you guys see that? When I squeeze the brake lever, this lights up. That's really nifty. And if I shut off the lights and I squeeze the brake lever, it's still on. Nice. I like that. Now, actually getting on the bike, the seating position is very comfy. It's relatively upright, but this seat is very comfy, nice and wide. It's padded. This is a motorcycle style bench, very comfy. But somewhat unfortunately, the suspension is not adjustable, and with my body weight, there is next to no compression. And we also have a quarter twist throttle, so let me put my gloves on and actually take this baby for a spin. Ooh. Okay. This motor, it's very twitchy, the motor. So, this is just a regular 750 watt geared hub, but of course every bike has its own controller. The settings are different. So I gotta say, on the very low end, it's pretty torquey, but I'm noticing a speed limiter. So it's capping me, even in mode 5, at 24 kilometers per hour, which is very slow. So I gotta find a way to undo that, because before I hit the speed limiter, there's actually a good amount of power, and then it just cuts off. Yeah, so let's find a way to undo that.
The following day.
Alright, so after emailing the company, it's actually a physical wire you have to unconnect. Okay. They make it easy. It's this cable right here. The black and white one. Boom. Okay. Speed limiter should be gone. Mode 5. See how the bike is. Whew. Okay, we're just about on a full charge too. 34, still gaining, going up a slight incline. 37, This is kilometers per hour. 28 miles per hour is 45 kilometers per hour. So 40, 41. Okay, yeah, we're right in that range. Although my battery just dipped by 3 bars. I don't like that it's only showing me bars, 5 in total. I'd much rather have a voltage readout, but whatever, we had bars instead. And we just had massive voltage sag. Yeah, down to 2 bars. Even though the battery is probably at 90% charge. I see it's bouncing back now, back to 4 bars, 5. Yeah, so a lot of voltage sag with this bike. The battery is small. What is it, only 12 something amp hours? So that probably contributes to the voltage sag effect. Well, this bike is marketed as off-road. I mean, I hate to do this because it's muddy and the bike is so clean, but for science. Whew. Okay, so I will note, I am super impressed that this is a full suspension bike and fat tire. Now, of course, as I mentioned, the suspension isn't great, but at least it has it. And when you combine it with the fat tires and the thick motorcycle seats, it's pretty comfortable. Oh yeah, and because of this frame design along with the small battery, it's actually a very lightweight bike. Oh, I think we can actually go that way. And that's a lot more mountainous, so it's going to really test out the torque of this 750 watt bafang geared hub motor. Because I'm going just throttle right now. Whew. Oh yeah, we got plenty of low end power. Yeah, this is no problem. And again, the ride is surprisingly comfortable. I think the fat tire is doing most of the work. The PSI is kind of low right now. But still, this is nice. Now we have a steeper hill up ahead. Full throttle, no pedaling. Slowing down a little bit. I'm not going to pedal at all. This is steep. 10, 9, 8. Oh, we just made it up that hill. Full throttle, no pedaling. We got down to like 5 kilometers per hour. But the bike made it. Yeah, so in terms of the power, 750 watt bafang geared hub, 48 volt battery, which is to be expected in this price range. But the tuning with the controller, it does feel nice, and we had enough low end torque to get up that hill. So no complaints when it comes to the power, considering the $1,000 price tag. I love the integrated lights, the turn signals, the brake light. For $1,000, that's an awesome feature to have straight out of the box. I do think this bike is awesome. The only thing I don't like is the mechanical disc brakes and the small battery. Yeah, the battery is 12.8 amp hours. Now, obviously, a 20 amp hour battery is unrealistic for this price point, but I would have liked to see a 14, 15 amp hour battery capacity. That would have been, that much better. Yeah, I'm definitely enjoying my time with this bike. I think a big reason why I like riding it so much is because of the very comfortable seat. Every other one of my electric bikes has a traditional bike saddle, and there's just a huge gap in comfort between a bike saddle and a thick, wide motorcycle bench style seat.